down the road.
There was something truly magical about Touched by an Angel. It wasn't just a show, it was a beacon of hope, faith, and love that touched the hearts of millions. Every episode reminded us that no matter how dark life seemed, we were never alone. But behind the warmth and wisdom of the show, tragedy struck. Some of the beloved actors who brought these heartfelt stories to life were taken from us too soon, leaving behind memories that still linger in our hearts.
A former member of the NBC television family has died. Rue McClanahan was 76.
Today, we remember the Touched by an Angel actors who left us but whose light will never fade. She had a voice that could move mountains and a presence that lit up the screen. But for many, Dela Rea will always be remembered as Tess, the wise and loving angel on Touched by an Angel.
Well, you got a new one now. Let me talk to your mother.
Born in 1931, Dela's journey began in gospel music, where her powerhouse voice led her to fame with hits like Don't You Know? But she wasn't just a singer, she was a trailblazer, breaking barriers as one of the first Black women to host her own talk show. Then, in 1994, she found a new calling, guiding lost souls as Tess for 9 seasons. Behind the scenes, Dela was a mentor and mother figure, especially to her co-star Roma Downey. Even after the show ended, she continued to inspire with her ministry and humanitarian work.
The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
In 2017, at 86, Dela passed away, leaving behind a legacy of love, faith, and timeless wisdom. Because, as Tess would say, God loves you. She could make you laugh, cry, and everything in between. Cloris Leachman was a force of nature, an actress with an unmatched career spanning over 7 decades. From her Oscar-winning role in The Last Picture Show to her unforgettable comedic genius as Phyllis on The Mary Tyler Moore Show, Cloris had a gift for transforming every role she touched. But in Touched by an Angel, she brought warmth and wisdom, proving once again that she could do it all.
Your rooms have been prepared.
Beyond the screen, she was fearless, whether advocating for animal rights, competing on Dancing with the Stars in her 80s, or simply bringing joy with her infectious humor.
How lucky you are. Insulated from reality here in the fantasy world of television.
In 2021, at 94, Cloris passed away, leaving behind a legacy as one of Hollywood's greatest character actors. As she once said, "I make fun wherever I go." And that she did, right to the very end.
Tributes are pouring in from Hollywood and far beyond after the sad news today of the death of Patty Duke.
From child stardom to Hollywood royalty, Patty Duke lived a life of triumph and struggle, but always with remarkable resilience. At just 16, she won an Oscar for The Miracle Worker, playing Helen Keller, a role that cemented her as one of the most talented young actresses of her time.
In Los Angeles, Patty Duke for My Sweet Charlie.
Then came The Patty Duke Show, where she played identical cousins, proving her versatility and charm.
Pat, bounce it. We'll be late for prison. How do you expect me to be ready? You've had the bathroom tied up all morning.
But behind the scenes, Patty battled undiagnosed bipolar disorder for years. Once she found help, she became a fierce advocate for mental health, using her voice to break the stigma. On Touched by an Angel, she delivered heartfelt performances, bringing the same depth and emotion that defined her career. In 2016, at 69, Patty passed away from sepsis, but her impact, on screen and in mental health advocacy, lives on. She once said, "It's hardest to forgive ourselves." But through her work, she helped so many do just that.
A former member of the NBC television family has died. Rue McClanahan was 76.
Few actresses could command both laughter and warmth quite like Rue McClanahan. Best known as the feisty and flirtatious Blanche Devereaux on The Golden Girls, she redefined what it meant to be a confident woman on TV. But Rue's talent extended far beyond comedy. She appeared in Touched by an Angel, proving she could bring just as much heart to dramatic roles as she did to comedic ones. Off-screen, she was an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and animal welfare, using her platform to make a difference. In 2010, at 76, Rue passed away after suffering a stroke, but her legacy of laughter, empowerment, and fearless individuality remains. As Blanche once said, "Age is just a state of mind." And in our hearts, Rue will always be golden.
This guy's walking down the street when he falls in the hole. The walls are so steep he can't get out.
He brought depth, intensity, and heart to every role he played. While many remember John Spencer as the sharp and loyal Leo McGarry on The West Wing, his career spanned decades, with memorable roles in LA Law and Touched by an Angel. Starting as a child actor, John honed his craft on stage and screen, earning an Emmy for The West Wing and the admiration of fans worldwide. But behind the success, he battled personal struggles, including overcoming addiction, something he channeled into his powerful performances. In 2005, just days before his 59th birthday, John passed away from a heart attack. His unexpected death left a void in Hollywood and in The West Wing, where his passing was written into the show. His talent, his passion, and his legacy live on in the characters he brought to life, proof that some stars never fade. A familiar face and a warm presence, Dick Van Patten was the kind of actor who made every role feel like home. Best known as the loving father in 8 is Enough, he embodied kindness, humor, and heart, both on-screen and off. His career spanned decades, from child stardom on Broadway to memorable roles in Mel Brooks comedies, and even Touched by an Angel, where his warmth shined through once again.
When your mother and I became parents, we had to give up certain privileges.
But beyond acting, he had a passion for animals, founding a natural pet food company to give pets the best care possible. In 2015, at 86, Dick passed away from complications of diabetes. He left behind a legacy of laughter, love, and genuine warmth, a reminder that sometimes the best roles aren't just played, but lived. Few actors could command the screen like David Canary. Whether playing the ruthless Adam Chandler or his kind-hearted twin Stuart on All My Children, he brought an intensity and depth that made him a soap opera legend. But his talent wasn't confined to daytime TV. He starred in Bonanza, Touched by an Angel, and numerous stage productions, proving his versatility time and time again. His performances earned him 5 Daytime Emmy Awards, but it was his humility and kindness that truly set him apart. In 2015, at 77, David passed away from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable performances. As Adam and Stuart, he showed us both darkness and light, because that's what great actors do.
Some sad news tonight in the world of music. Singer Natalie Cole, who joined her legendary father in that unusual and unforgettable collaboration, has died.
Born into music royalty, Natalie Cole didn't just follow in her father's footsteps, she carved her own path. The daughter of jazz legend Nat King Cole, she soared to fame with hits like This Will Be and Unforgettable, blending soul, R&B, and jazz with effortless grace. But behind the success, Natalie battled personal struggles, including addiction and health issues. Through it all, she emerged stronger, using her voice not just to sing, but to inspire. On Touched by an Angel, she brought her signature warmth and depth, proving that her talent extended far beyond the stage. In 2015, at 65, Natalie passed away from heart failure. Yet, through her music, she remains, her voice still timeless, still unforgettable. His voice was like no other, smooth, soulful, and effortlessly bending genres. Al Jarreau wasn't just a jazz singer, he was a musical chameleon, blending R&B, pop, and jazz to create a sound all his own. From We're in This Love Together to the theme song for Moonlighting, his music became a soundtrack for generations. With 7 Grammy wins across 3 different genres, he was a true pioneer. But beyond music, Al had a warmth that shined through in everything he did, including his guest role on Touched by an Angel, where his presence was just as powerful as his voice. In 2017, just days after announcing his retirement, Al passed away at 76. His music, though, remains timeless, a reminder that some voices never fade.
actress Valerie Harper has died after a long battle with cancer.
She was smart, funny, and full of life, the ultimate best friend on screen and in real life. Valerie Harper stole hearts as Rhoda Morgenstern on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and its spin-off Rhoda, bringing humor and heart to one of TV's most beloved characters. But Valerie was more than just Rhoda. She was a fighter, both in her career and in life. When doctors told her she had only months to live after a brain cancer diagnosis in 2013, she defied the odds, living 6 more years and continuing to inspire with her resilience and optimism. She brought that same warmth to Touched by an Angel, proving once again that she could light up any screen. In 2019, at 80, Valerie passed away, but her legacy of laughter, strength, and kindness will never fade. Though they are no longer with us, the legacy of these incredible actors lives on in every episode, every lesson, and every life they touched. Their time on Touched by an Angel wasn't just about acting, it was about spreading love, kindness, and faith to those who needed it most. Which of these actors left the biggest impact on you? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you believe their work should never be forgotten, leave a like and subscribe. Their time on Earth may have been short, but their presence remains eternal. Until next time, may their spirits continue to guide us.